What's going on, guys? In the works. I know. Dramatic pause. Where the hell have I been? Well, we're going to talk about this. This is going to be a long video. I know it's been quite a bit of time since I've made a video, 21 months to be precise. And we'll talk about what's been going on a little bit, but I'm going to just start off by saying, sorry I haven't made one. I know that it upset a lot of people. Some of the comments got really nasty. I didn't realize that people would get so upset about that. But if you follow me on Twitter and Facebook, this might be a little bit more like, yeah, duh, I already knew some of this stuff. But let's just get right into it. I don't even know what's going to be in the background of this. I'm just sort of talking here, open mic. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to talk about, everything. If you have any questions, I'll try to be transparent in the comments too. I know that this video probably won't get a ton of views. I don't expect it to. I would prefer if it didn't get a lot of backlash because, YouTube's sort of always been my hobby. It's been something that I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed doing it with the fans. And, looking back on it was my strategy of taking a break and then that break becoming this long, the right way to go about it. Probably not. I probably should have made a video earlier, sort of talking about what's been going on. I actually had a Hardline video rendered. That was supposed to be sort of my jumping point for the return. I was like, okay, Hardline's here. It's something different to play, something different to talk about. That will be the video I upload. And I made the video and then I never put it up. And there's a good reason for that. And it's essentially because I did not like the game. I didn't think it was a Battlefield game. The video touched on a lot of those points about why I didn't like the game, why I thought that it was the wrong step for Battlefield. And I thought it was really negative. I was like, well, I can't go 6-7 months without making a video, then come back and say Hardline sucks and disappear again. That wasn't the way I wanted to approach this, which, it sort of snowballed into 20 months. And when life starts to get, on your shoulders, it catches up to you. So I think I got into just sort of a funk with gaming in general. I guess the focal point was around the time of my last video, I went to E3. And that's where they revealed Hardline. And I actually was there. I played it a little bit. I saw the reveal and whatnot. And I saw my peers around me soaking it up. And I'm sitting here looking at them. I'm like, you guys for real? I understand that they're trying to branch out a little bit, trying to make it differently, but this isn't a Battlefield game. And they were like, oh man, it's great. It's going to be the next big thing. And then I see all these same people making these videos about how it's great. And then, 4 months after Hardline's out, are they still playing it? Not really. So that was the thing that sort of threw me off, the politics behind YouTube. And it's my own fault. I should never have gotten involved in that sort of stuff. I should never have let it derail me from just making fun videos. But I think it sort of circles back to Battlefield 4 and its shortcomings. I just sort of lost the passion. And I guess the logic could be I could move on to a different game. But I was working on a lot of side projects. I have a couple YouTube channels that I work on behind the scenes. I was doing that. Obviously, I was busy with work stuff. Some of you may know what I do for work. And honestly, that took up a lot of my time because we were essentially launching something. I'm not even going to get into the specifics of that. But I guess the moral of the story here, and I'm just going to sort of paraphrase this down. That way you guys don't have to listen to me ramble for a million years, was that I got a little frustrated with the whole idea of Battlefield and YouTube, mainly because I felt like my style was sort of a dying breed, because you see a lot of the content creators, you see a lot of streamers now that are essentially working for the companies. And to me, that sort of makes me laugh. In the past, I've done sponsored stuff and I've done stuff with EA, and it's great. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying anybody's doing something wrong, but it gets to the point where it's are you making content as a person? Are you a creator, or are you the soapbox for these companies to sort of highlight their game? And I don't know why it took me so long to sort of react to that. Honestly, I don't have any excuse. I'm sure everybody in the comments are like, duh, Jake. Duh, that's been like that forever. And I know that. I'm not saying that it was some sort of big revelation. It's just when I looked at Hardline and I looked at the climate of Battlefield 4, me personally, I was just I need to step back from this. So I was waiting for the jumping on point. And let's just talk about Battlefield now, because that's what this channel's mostly been about throughout the ages, is Battlefield. Battlefront came out, and I played Battlefront probably more than any game when I was a kid. Like, that was one of the games I played just so much of, was Battlefront. And I was looking at it, I was like, man, the one thing that I don't want Battlefront to become is like 20v20 lightsaber battles. Obviously, the new one didn't have any of that crap like the old ones, but that's one of the fondest memories I had of that game. So when that came out, I played it and I was like, well, maybe this will be the jumping on point. And I'll be honest, like, I just wasn't really digging it. I don't know what it was about the game. I don't actually think it was a bad game. It's just, was it a game that I was going to make videos about? Probably not. So Battlefront didn't do it for me. So that brings us to last Friday, the Battlefield 1 reveal. Was it cool? Yes. Was it just a trailer? Yes. So I'm excited about Battlefield 1. I totally plan on making videos for that. That's going to basically be... I'm promising that, but I have a feeling that this video isn't going to be received well in the beginning anyways, so that does have me a little worried. Like, I don't want you guys to think that I was being some sort of coward. I was being like... Because that was one of the comments. Everyone's like, oh, you just left and you didn't say anything. And it's like, really, guys? Like, if you really wanted to get a hold of me, I respond to almost everybody on social media. I don't respond to YouTube comments just because, like, part of the process of removing myself from YouTube was sort of staying away from that. But, yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I'm really excited for that. You guys probably know I'm really good friends with Daskro, who used to make videos. I think he's taken a step back too, the last year or so. But I always used to talk to him about how I think the next sort of like cool thing you could do with modern FPSs was to actually go to World War I, because it's sort of uncharted territory. So I was honestly flabbergasted when I heard the rumors that Battlefield was going to be set in a World War I environment. I was like, no way. Especially when you see like Call of Duty, they're going to like space and stuff. What are they on, their fourth futuristic shooter? I mean, come on. The fact that Battlefield had the guts to go back to World War I, which is a tough climate to do a first-person shooter in. So I'm actually really curious to see how that sort of plays out. I mean, that's shows you that for once we can actually respect the direction a game is going. It's not like we're getting another hardline. We're getting a game that actually might have some soul to it. And that appeals to me as a gamer. Like, I'm honestly, like, I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4 on the side. I've sort of never lost my passion for that game. I may have come to sort of this place where I wasn't really like digging making videos about it. Because, I mean, what are we going to say about a 3-year-old game? Really not a whole lot to say, which oddly enough, in the background is probably some Battlefield 4 footage and whatnot. But I mean, Battlefield 1 looks like it could be really good, and I want to be optimistic about it. And I, honestly, like, my plan the next like 6 or 7 months is I'm going to try to commit to making like one video a week just to sort of get back into the swing of things. That's a very loose promise because, like I said, I do get kind of busy. But I want to sort of bring it back. I look back on the channel and I was like, I had a lot of fun just interacting with you guys. That's the only thing I honestly cared about. Like, it wasn't even about like sub numbers and stuff like that. It was about just, playing with fans. Like, I can remember us having so much fun doing live streams back in the day, back before live streaming was like the way it is now. Like, it was a much different climate back then when we could have like 60 fans on a server running around with M60s on close quarters. I mean, it was fun. Like, those sort of things were fun. And the fans were the best part of it. So I would like to apologize for being dormant so long for those of you who didn't follow me on social or those of you who felt like betrayed in some way. I promise you I had good reasons for it. And I think running a successful YouTube channel, having worked with so many different other YouTube channels just on like technical and like social and stuff like that, is to be very transparent. And it's funny because, like I said, I've sort of built my channel on being transparent, and yet the most important time for me to be transparent, I sort of went dark, which was pretty inexcusable. Like, I honestly can't believe that I went this long without making a video. So that's sort of that. If you have any questions on it, honestly, feel free to shoot them in the comments. I'll try to answer as many as possible. I don't know how many people are even going to still be hanging around at this point. I still see comments trickle in all the time. I talk to a lot of people on Twitter, so I know there's people on there that still sort of remember who Jake and InTheWorks were. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't have a lot to say more than that. That just life caught up to me. I got a little disillusioned with the whole gaming atmosphere. I do plan on doing more. I'm not sure what. If you guys have suggestions, I'm also open to that. I would like to start playing a little bit more Battlefield 4. I've been working on some cool PC stuff, actually. Like, I'm recording this from my PC bench where I sort of work on my different things. I stripped down one of my old PCs and I'm getting it ready because I totally plan on buying a 1080. I'm cleaning it up, getting it ready to put a 1080 in that. So that should be pretty nice. A nice souped up PC for Battlefield 1 and all the games that are coming out. Been playing a lot of Overwatch 2, which if you haven't played is a very, very fun game. I was a big TF2 fan. I think this is like very similar to that. I don't want to say it's like a copy because I don't think it is, but it's fun. That's all that matters to me is the game is fun. So I've been playing a lot of that. So there's plenty of stuff for me to sort of play and talk about. I'm going to try to do a couple videos to sort of get things going. And like I said, 1 week, I'll try to stick to that. I think that that's fair. In the interim, after that, we can sort of reassess it. Maybe I get passionate and start making 2 or 3 videos a week again. Or heck, even back to the old days where we were doing 5 videos a week. So anyways, I guess the TLDR is, I'm sorry, guys. I'm like the Justin Bieber here singing I'm sorry, but Battlefield 1 looks good. I think it's going to be an exciting time. I'm going to try to present my channel, and my new slogan is going to be the no bullshit channel. I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. We're going to talk about games. We're going to have fun. And that's it. That's what I can promise you guys. You know, it's going to be the same me. I haven't really changed. I still look the same. I still weigh the same. I'm 2 years older, but I'm also 2 years wiser, guys. Like I said, thanks for watching this video. If you did make it this far, I'm going to hope that the backlash isn't too bad. I'm sure there's going to be the stray person who says, oh, screw this guy, unsub, and dislikes the video, which is, you know, whatever. There's nothing you can really do about that. But anyways, hope you guys have had a awesome 20 months. I'm back, sort of, and I'm sorry. So I guess that's the TLDR of this. And hopefully you guys stick around. If not, it was a pleasure having everybody around during the height of the channel. And I will see you guys later. Peace.